Welcome back. I want to give you a quick tour of the garden. The plants have been in the ground for 2 weeks now. So I wanted to just kind of show you an update on what they look like and how they're going. All right, here's the garden after the plants being in the ground after 2 weeks. I've just watered the plants pretty much every day for approximately an hour and a half to 2 hours in the evening. I haven't done it exactly every day, but I haven't missed many days either. So here are pepper plants. They're about 1.5 feet tall. Looks like we've got some blooms on our jalapenos. And I think I might have even saw a small pepper on some of these. Maybe just a bloom starting. Yeah, it's a bloom. So peppers are about 1.5 feet tall. And we're getting to the end of the garden. I'll show you, I planted some more peppers since I only have 4 plants here. As you know, my sunflowers didn't make it. And so I planted, I think it was 4 more pepper plants and 2 more squash plants in that row. Moving on, we've got some tomatoes here that are barely hanging on, left over. Didn't have anywhere to put them. We may find somewhere to try to bring them back to life. Moving on, here's my cucumbers. You can see they're taken to the fence very good. And they're big and healthy. They've really just blown up. Cucumbers there, they have tons of blooms as well as small cucumbers on them. Got runners everywhere. There's a little cucumber there. Okay, at the end of the rows, you know, I had 3 or 4 cantaloupe plants. They've really blown up and started running. Got blooms all over them. Those are all cantaloupes there. And I've got one planted right over there. It's doing okay. It's not doing as good as it should though. I don't think it's getting the water the rest of them are getting. Here we've got a mixture between the Halcinator slicing tomato and the Better Boy tomato in this solid row here. Tomatoes are a good 4 foot tall and very healthy with lots of blooms and tomatoes on the vine. Tomato there, about the size of a golf ball. See, the vines are really big in diameter, about the size of my thumb or bigger. Here's one straggler tomato. That one's got several tomatoes on it. So does this one. Okay. Down here, we've got our squash plants. I've already been picking squash. I've picked 7 or 8 squash already. There's one. There are the other 2 plants. And right now they're loaded with squash. Not quite ready to pick again, but won't be long. Okay, so there's 3 squash. Down here, I've got these heirloom Cherokee purple tomatoes. And I think there's one or 2, maybe, cherry tomatoes. We'll have to wait and see what they are. But these 4 are Cherokee purple or heirloom tomatoes, maybe another variety. And then there's one Better Boy I planted there. Had an extra spot. What do you think, Joyner? What do you think? You ready to have some tomatoes? Huh? You ready? This row is my okra. There are a few skips in it, but it's still coming on pretty good. I'd say it's 12 to 18 inches high. We'll just leave the skips the way they are, leave them alone. Looks like I've got something that's eating one of my okra plants here. Actually, 2 or 3 of them it's gotten a hold of. You can see right there, that one. Kind of sporadic, not too bad, but something's getting on the okra plant. So comment if you think you know what it could be. I did see a small rabbit in the backyard the other day. I couldn't guarantee he was messing with anything in here, but I'm sure he was checking it out, getting ready to. But it doesn't look, to me, looks like something a rabbit would do. So comment if you think you know what that is and how I need to prevent that. Here are my replants as of yesterday. So these will be 2 weeks behind the rest of the garden. But I've got 2 squash plants, which are barely hanging on. I'm gonna give them lots of water. That one actually has a bloom on it. And then I've got these 4 pepper plants, which I think are jalapenos. They could be bells. I don't think they are, but they could be. And of course, there's that cantaloupe I need to water again. That's the garden. June 12th, 2023. There's my greenhouse. I've got to take it down and clean it out. Put it up for next year. The tiller. Can't get a farm-all tractor in here to cultivate this one, but we can manage this one by hand. It's not too bad. I just hoed it yesterday and went back through it with a 4-prong cultivator around my plants today. I'm about ready to turn on the water and water it for a couple of hours. All right, Joyner, tell them bye. You say bye-bye? Say we'll see you in the garden next time. Bye-bye.